Hey everyone! Welcome back! I am back today because it is time to watch more RWBY, you guys. I am so excited. RWBY days, you guys. RWBY days are the best days. Thank you so much for joining me today. And if you're joining me early today, you know just what that means. It means you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much. And as always, I'm sending you up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in the description down below. So we had some really great episodes on RWBY last time, you guys. And I'm told that this is actually like a 13 episode season. But we're still more or less like at the half point now, which is crazy. And I'm so excited. I'm like, it's bittersweet because I don't know what I'm going to do when I'm caught up. But at the same time, like, I can't wait to catch up. You know what I mean? We had some great episodes last time. We had a great moment with Oscar and Ruby. Somebody pointed out to me that Ozpin remarking about the spark to Oscar was a reference to Salem's speech a while back. I love how like no detail goes like untouched on the show. Like every detail is something important. Everything is something, like, even people brought up to me in the last two episodes, the music, they'll play like arrangements of songs that are important, so important, and make the scenes so much more important. Like nothing is wasted on this show, and I just think that's so awesome. And it really the fact that we can have, like, you know, paragraphs of trivia about all the details of like every episode, it just goes to show how much love and effort and care that they're putting into it, that our writers and people working on the show, who are otherwise known, as I'm seeing in the comments, as Crewbie, which I love. They are just killing it. They're killing it over here. So yes, we got some great episodes. The last episode that I watched of the two last time, we got a lot of info from Raven. And I had my feelings at the end of it. Like, I know what she was trying to get across is that Ozpin wronged them. He took advantage. He kept things, and he's keeping things from them now. And I get all that, but at the same time, it still just doesn't... I'm trying to see things from Raven's perspective, but for me personally, it just did not come in and completely... No, it wasn't something like, oh my god, Ozpin did that? Oh, wait, hold the phone, you know? Like, it was like, okay, he used his magic on humans, which you could say is a debatable thing to do. But I'm still like, did he just like creep up to them one day and be like, poof, you're birds? Or like, did they know? I mean, I'm assuming like they knew and consented to it, but maybe if they were very young, maybe there's some, I don't know, debatability there about whether or not they were ready to make that kind of choice for themselves. Whereas Ozpin clearly is a little bit on the older side, to put it lightly. So, like, I'm trying to see it from her perspective, but at the same time, it's really hard not to look at Raven's situation and just kind of feel like she's still kind of missing a lot of the point of things. I don't know. It's just kind of how it seems to me. Because even at the end of all that, you know, she's like, all right, you have a choice. Stay here with me. I'll give you answers. You don't have to go back to those people who are keeping things from you, etc., etc. And she's like, oh, I'm going back to my family. I'm going back to RWBY. Like, that was easy, you know, like, that she didn't have to think twice about it. And it's sad because I think that Raven, in a way, has never been able to fully, like, grasp that. I don't think it's that she doesn't... I think she cares about the people who she loves or has loved. But it's clear that, you know, you put someone like Yang in the situation where they're now going to have all these truths uncovered about, you know, Ozpin, Salem, all this, and Yang very easily makes a decision to go and be reunited with her family. And I feel like for Raven, she just couldn't. It was too much. She had to seek a different path and seek out answers, and that took precedence over even like her personal life, her family, and everything. So I found that kind of contrast very interesting. The scene where they're reunited. So people pointed out to me that when Yang says "I love you," she's saying it back to Ruby. She never said it back to Ruby when they parted ways a little while ago, and she's now saying it back. And I gotta tell you, everything about that scene was so good. And to have Weiss standing back there like, okay, like she's not their like, girl, get in here, get yourself in here and get up on in this hug, because you are family. Family is not always about blood. We've seen that. We see many examples of that on this show. And this situation is no exception with Weiss and her team. So I was very glad to see them reunited. Only one we don't have back yet is Blake, and I'm not going to lie, I'm a little worried because last we knew of her situation, we saw behind the scenes kind of Elia was being told, hey, so basically you're gonna bring Blake back to Adam, and you're gonna kill off her family. And I'll tell you what, guys, I've not known them very long, but I don't want to see her family get killed. Blake's been through a lot, and she's dealt with so much of this. I feel like she's kind of been at war with herself, and she finally is just now kind of coming into her own and has made peace with her family and her past. And, like, I don't want that to happen. Like, I wouldn't want that to happen to anyone, but I just really, really, really don't want that to happen to Blake. Or her family, because I think her family is really fun. I like them. So, yes, magnificent episodes. Cannot wait to see what is going to happen next. I think we're going to have a very action-packed rest of the volume. So, as always, ever since certain events, which they actually did mention last time, they mentioned Penny and Pyrrha, and they mentioned Combat Ready, and oh god, it was so sad. But ever since then, I'm always kind of on edge about, like, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? But, you know, I'm just gonna see how it goes and hope for the best for everybody and hope that everything's gonna be okay. And with that, what do you say we go ahead and we get started on the next 2 episodes of RWBY? Let's go. Yeah. Loving the theme. Oh, another thing that has been pointed out to me is that there is a song from one of the previous soundtracks called Sacrifice. That now that I know some more of the details regarding everything, I need to go back and listen to, which I will be doing. Don't worry, I have all the soundtracks on my iTunes, and I listen to them often. Love them. It's like one of the highlights of reacting to the soundtrack is not only getting to hear it for the first time, but knowing that, like, okay, now that I've heard it in its entirety and the reaction, I get to go put it on iTunes and just put it on a loop. It's a good feeling, you guys. So are we actually gonna get that fight at some point, or was that supposed to be the one with Yang and Mercury? Ugh. Alright. That looks so yummy.
How do you lose your map at a time like that?
Believe me, I've asked myself the same thing ever since.
That
Hey, but
looks
you made up
amazing.
for it, Mr. Muscles. You should have seen this guy take a giant grim head on.
I couldn't have done it without Ruby wearing it down.
Me?
Aww.
Did you see Ren during that fight? He was out of control.
I'm sorry. I may have lost my temper momentarily.
No, in a good way.
Awesome.
It's in a yes. It's like, ah.
Thank you.
I love Red so much. Oh, they're reminiscing.
Yeah, right in the middle of the party.
Please
Oh.
you let that lady have it.
Of course not.
Uh-huh.
Even
Yang
if
would have been
I
proud.
really want to.
No way. I don't believe it.
Aww. It's so nice to see them having fun.
But I'll make sure to make good use of it.
That's
Oh, yeah.
amazing. Incredible.
You know, Ruby's just. Oh. Shall we put it to the test?
No,
Oh!
please. Now's not the time.
Oh, it's the time. It's the time.
Come on, you can do this. Show 'em what Team Julie-
Come on, come on, come on. I don't even care who wins. I'm just. Oh, Weiss is.
Why is you not cheering loud enough? Definitely feels like
Something's never changed.
I'll give you that. Yep. But it does have some new features.
Oh, does it now? Oh my! Oh,
Did she
that's
win?
one way to. But technically, she won because she was still holding on to it. Maybe not, because she threw it.
Oh, I think I'm gonna be sick.
Easy there, vomit boy. I believe in you.
Oh,
Don't-
we're doing
he's-
nickname throwbacks now.
No, he's not vomit boy anymore.
The ice queen seems to like it.
Oh,
So did not miss you people.
for
She
sure.
really does like it. What went and warmed your heart while you were gone?
Hey, you make it sound like I used to be terrible.
Nah, just a lot to deal with at once.
You could kind of say that about all of them. Oh, they love each other.
We've all grown in our own ways.
That's right.
You really think so?
Well, think back to when we were all at Beacon. Would you say you ever did anything foolish or embarrassing? Or do you think you were perfect?
Oh gosh.
May have been a little too gung-ho from time to time.
You? I tried to 1v1 a Nevermore on the second day of school.
Yeah,
Oh,
don't even get me started.
Well, that embarrassment,
John.
that desire to go back and tell yourself not to be so stupid, that just proves you're not the same person you used to be.
That's so true.
Smarter, or
That's so
kinder,
true.
Or stronger.
You've
You're
grown.
not done growing yet. None of us are.
Ren!
Yeah, it
I
turns
love
out Ren
you.
gets real deep when he feels like talking.
Well,
He
hold on.
chooses his words wisely.
Great in school. Even at the dance, when you spilled punch all over yourself in front of— Yes, especially the dance. Thank you, Yang.
She's proud.
Possibly make so much noise eating dinner.
Oh! And they were playing the song. Oh, you'd be surprised though. Kids can make noise doing anything. And now they're all quiet. Why are we quiet?
So, the maidens, magic,
So,
Salem, it's all true?
Miss Zhao Long, is this more or less what your mother told you?
For the
mm,
most part.
You forgot something. You
yeah.
forgot to tell everyone what you did to Crow and my mother.
Oh.
What is
Oh.
she talking about?
Oh.
Great.
He's like, this.
It's not
Awesome.
a secret I thought she would give up so easily. Your mother must trust you a great deal.
But you didn't
Belief
answer the
reincarnate,
question.
though a curse, isn't without a few key benefits. Much
Okay.
like the maidens, I too possess a certain magical power.
Okay.
Using this power, I was able to gift the Bronwyn twins the ability to see more, to move freely and be unburdened by their natural bodies. Well, gave them the ability to turn into birds. Rather ridiculous sounding out loud, isn't it?
Wait, what? Uncle?
You turn them into birds.
Alright, now you're just messing with us.
What else is
The thing is, though,
We saw it.
yeah,
His mom changed.
was the
right in
bird.
front of us.
Why would you do something like that? I mean, what is wrong with you?
Yang, that's enough.
Yeah, what does he have to say?
We want
They made a choice. Okay. Okay, so they did. That was my question, like.
Granting this power to them was no trivial task, and I can assure you it was not done frivolously. It
Okay.
required assistance in gathering information on Salem's plans, as well as searching for maidens when their hosts became unclear.
Okay, so have you done this with others? Like General Ironwood or Professor Goodwitch?
As helpful as that might be, unfortunately it is not that simple. My power
Wha-
is finite, and if I'm being
Okay.
honest, dwindling. The amount
Oh.
I gifted to Crow and Raven was, all things considered, rather minuscule.
Okay.
You see, centuries ago, I sacrificed a great deal of magic to 4 young women, who I hoped would use my gift for good. They were the first maidens.
He made the maidens. He made the maidens. I feel like I knew that, but I didn't.
It was never my intention to lie to you, to any of you. There are just some matters that I prefer to play close to the chest. I believe that's how you phrased it.
Yeah.
Everyone has a choice. The Bronwyns chose to accept their powers and the responsibilities that came with them. And later, one of them chose to abandon her duties in favor of her own self-interest. Now, all of
He's
you
not
have a
wrong.
choice. If anyone wishes to leave, now is the time.
He's
There's no
okay.
shame or disgrace in abstaining.
There's not
Only
one of them
retreat.
that's gonna leave. There's not a one of them that's gonna leave. I'm calling it
Very well,
now.
then.
Yes.
Yang?
If
Yang.
Ruby sticks around, then I will too. If there's one thing I know about her, it's that she somehow always knows the right thing to do.
Aww.
But if we're going
What?
to help, if we're going to keep risking our lives, no more lies. No more
Okay.
half
Fair
truths.
enough. Fair enough. Fill them in on everything. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I get why he wouldn't have just come out with it all right away, but that's, yeah, they're in this together now. I mean, they were before
So-
too, but
What now? I mean, what can we do?
That is a difficult question. One that I
Okay.
believe is best answered tomorrow.
What do you
after
mean?
some
The
sleep.
road ahead is undoubtedly filled with hardships and peril. However, it's been far too long since you have all been together. Please,
Yeah, go
take
have
tonight. Enjoy this
fun.
moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oscar.
Raven? Crow?
Birds!
That's my exact reaction when I put it together. It was that exact reaction. Do you guys remember? Oh, great. Oh, great.
Is Raven Bronwyn home?
You know, I've had a real bad week. So I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it out on you.
Ah,
Doesn't
he's
look like he wants to cooperate,
reconsidering.
boss.
Then make him.
I was hoping you'd say that.
she can like, she can get this done real fast, can't she? Oh, or she's gonna, okay, she'll do it like that. I was gonna say she could just do the, but no, she could do that too. Could just do the illusion thing and do it non-violently, but we could just, sure, why not? So they're, okay, so we knew that from a few episodes ago that they were gonna go and, oh my lord, how am I supposed to think about anything with all this delicious food in front of me? Did you guys hear my tummy singing like it was getting paid to? Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry for that. But you just can't put this yummy food in front of me, animated or otherwise, and just not... Okay. Okay. Let me get the next one loaded up, guys. And then I would love to talk about that. I would love to talk about what we just saw. All right, so someone pointed out to me, and I don't know, like, I feel like maybe it wasn't said out right, but I feel like I knew enough, and I knew enough from the comments to, like, be able to put it together that, like, we have seen Raven in the Raven form several times. I think I got suspicious when was it? I think it was back at the beginning of Volume 4, maybe? It almost kind of seemed like Crow was talking to the Raven or something. And then, like, knowing that he could turn into a... Like, once I knew he could turn into a crow, I was like, oh, okay. I just thought... I had no idea that it was magic. I just thought it was something about the tribe that they were born into, you know, that they could turn into birds. Also, can we talk about how Nora's reaction was my exact reaction? Like, exactly. When I figured out, like, oh, okay, they're birds. It was much more animated than that, I'm sure. It was much closer to Nora's. I don't know how I am so like Nora. I just one of the many reasons why I just enjoy her character so much, because I just relate so much. Oh my god, the arm wrestling. She just pops the arm off. That's cheating, Yang. I'm sorry. It's cheating. And Nora's just screaming her head off. Oh, I love it. All right, so can we talk about the bird thing? I'm really glad that Crow weighed in on it, because the only instance where I see that that's a huge problem would be like if they didn't know it was gonna happen, or I guess the bigger point here was that he didn't tell them. Now, I know I've been defending Ozpin a lot, but let's just take a look at this. Up until this point, we haven't gotten all of them together in a room. The last time they were all together, they were students, and things were okay before the fall of Beacon and everything. And we know that they had to be very careful. Like, even Pyrrha mentioned, like, why wouldn't you just tell people? Of course, she was talking about the maidens, but, like, they had to be very careful who they let this information out to, you know? Like, for example, if you tell Ruby and Yang that, you know, Yang's mom and their uncle, like, this was done, I think he knew them. I think he can tell their character enough, but there's still, like, there's some doubt. There's like, what if they freaked out, you know? Like, we know they wouldn't. But again, like, we were kind of in a lull before all this. We were in a time of peace with war quickly making its way. But I kind of can't blame him for not just, like, randomly being like, okay, I need to sit you guys down and tell you all this stuff. This life-changing, like, we see what it did to Raven to learn about, like, Salem and everything. I mean, she couldn't carry out her duties after that, and she couldn't even, like, she had to leave her new life, you know, like a life with, like, a daughter and everything. I kind of get his rationale for not, just kind of randomly telling them, I gotta say. And you know, I never side against my girls. I think Yang is totally right that from here on in, there should be no secrets. Like, Crow, like, you can see how Crow's on the inside now. Crow knows what's going on. All this has been communicated to Crow and everything. Like, they should, that's the level we should all be on. We're all in, like, the inner sanctum now. That I get. But I gotta say, like, how would that have even gone? If you just, like, called them into the principal's office and been like, so, let's talk about birds, you guys. Let's talk about, actually, I can see it, him with his legs crossed and the cup of tea, talking about birds. Yeah, so, but I do agree that, yeah, let's just all be, we're not going to be able to, you know, accomplish this mission, save the world, and also just rebuild everything by lying to each other. Very, very true. I'm on board with that. So great episode. Before I get into a 20-minute rant, let's jump into the next one. Let's go. Oh man, I'm like past the halfway point now, guys. How many episodes do I have? This is 8. Oh no, don't you dare buffer. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 5 left? I have 5 left. It's crazy. Also, can we talk about Ren's speech? Because Ruby's right. When he decides to talk, he gets deep. And I like to think of that as, he's a man of few words, but he speaks when he has something worth saying. And that was worth saying. It's so nice to have everyone in one room again and be able to kind of take account of how much they've all grown. They grew a lot together and splintered off. They grew as individuals. And now we're coming back together with everything that each of them has learned. And we're bringing that all to the table now. And the only one we don't have back is Blake. We need Blake back in the mix here. But hopefully it's not going to be like, you know, she's newly orphaned and... Okay. So pretty. Oh, just enjoying some peace and quiet. Something tells me that's gonna be getting harder to come by.
Hey, sis. Boop.
Hair boop.
What are you doing up?
Can't fall back asleep.
Me neither.
Well, fortunately, coffee exists.
Aw, thank you, Weiss.
No, please.
Don't worry, I put in blasphemous amounts of cream and sugar just for you.
Nice waist.
Oh, don't buffer.
I will pour this on you, and it will burn.
Oh! 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 Oh my god, I'm so with Ruby on this, though. You need, like, a little coffee with your cream and sugar.
That's what you can't believe?
Well, yeah. And all the other magic and stuff. But, okay, you know what I mean.
I honestly wasn't sure if I'd ever see you two again.
Well, here's to defying expectations.
Ruby just like... Ruby. Oh.
I just wish Blake could be here with us.
Me too.
Yeah, well, she made her choice.
Oh.
What's
Oh.
that supposed to mean?
I
Oh.
mean, she could have been here if she just stuck around. It's no big deal, though. We'll be fine.
Don't you want her here?
Why would I want her here?
Oh, Yang. Oh, Yang.
Are you still mad at her for leaving?
Oh, whatever gave you that idea, Ruby? No, I'm totally fine. I'm great.
Okay, calm down.
Don't tell me to calm down.
Oh, Yang, sweetheart. Sweetie, no. Sweetie, you're, oh. Oh, and her hand. Honey.
Whatever.
She's still not. She's worked through things, but she's not over what's happened by a long shot. And you can't blame her. Oh man, when they're finally reunited, that's... Oh.
Ready to go?
Be right there.
Is she... Wait. she leave them It's going too far, not sure what to do. Oh, did Elia leave that for her?
We've got the entire nocturnal section to hit up.
Son.
You okay?
No?
Yeah, I'll meet you there. I need to take care of something first.
Or is that is this for real? Things have gone too far, please meet me? Or is this a trap to try and kidnap her and bring her back to Adam?
Yeah? Look, Ruby, I really don't want to talk about it, okay? Can you just leave me alone for a bit?
Aww.
Oh. Hey, Weiss. Did you need something?
To offer you comfort?
I know she's our teammate, but I'm not just going to change my mind. I'm sorry, I don't think you know what it's like to be left. You have a giant family. We're still in format. Dinner's too important.
That?
I didn't have any of that. My mom left me. Ruby's mom left too. Ty was always busy with school and Ruby couldn't even talk yet. I had to pick up the pieces. I had to keep things together. Alone.
Yay.
Weiss, if you have something to say, then say it.
When I was 10, my dad finally admitted to my mom that the only reason he married her was for the family name. It was actually on my birthday. He missed it. She got mad. He finally snapped. I think she already knew. Looking back, I think I knew too. But hearing him say it finally pushed her over the edge.
Oh, God.
First, it was separate lunches and dinners. Opposite balconies at my recitals. A glass of wine here, a glass of wine there.
And
Then it was
now...
no dinners, no recitals, a bottle of wine here, and well, you get the idea.
Just got worse and
sorry.
worse. Honey.
I shouldn't have assumed.
You're right, though. I don't know loneliness like you do. I have my own version. And I'll bet Blake has her own version, too.
She doesn't have to be alone, though. I was here for her. We all were. She chose to leave us.
Why do you think she did that?
That's a good question.
The entire time Blake was at Beacon, she was afraid to open up to people. She
Yeah,
tried to keep
she
her
was
past separate
scared.
from us. She tried to protect us. Eventually, those walls she put up came down. And the moment they did, the one thing she was afraid of actually happened.
Yep, her
You
past came
were right.
back.
No one blamed
Yep.
her for anything. If she had just talked to us, she would have known that. How could I be there for her if she doesn't let me? What
But
if I
that's-
needed her here for me.
Oh. And you did, but
I know
what
it's
she
not
was
easy.
dealing with her own.
I wish she hadn't left too. The only thing we can do now is be there for her when she's ready. When she comes
Yay.
back.
Right, and she will come back. She will come
If
back.
she comes back.
She will, honey. She will. I hate seeing Yang cry.
Yang, you, Ruby, and even Blake are more like family to me than my brother or even my own father. I would do anything for you three. And I'm laying in
Family's
bed,
not all
it
about
feels the
blood.
same way. So, when she's ready, I'll be there for her.
Right.
And
That's what you do.
I know we're not as close, but I'm here for you too.
Aww. They are family now. They are That's their bond is strong.
Everything okay?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Oh God, Blake. Now Blake's gonna like get abducted or something. That's so true that like she was so terrified that the past would come back to haunt her. And it did. Oh no. Please tell me she legit wants help from Blake. I don't think she does though. I think this is part of their the plan.
Ilya, I know you're scared, but you don't have to be. My family and I, we can keep you safe.
Ilya.
You can make it up to me by helping us stop Corsic and Fennec. No. I'm sorry.
No. 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 Why, Ilya? Why?
Wait. I've got her.
Well done, Sister Trifa. And to you, Ilya.
Ilya, no.
What are you doing? I tried to warn you, Blake. I'm sorry. Don't tell me you're sorry. But I am. I am sorry it has to be this way. But you and your family are holding the Faunus back. Because
No.
you're trying to protect people? In what world
Yeah.
do you live in where attacking the innocent is the right thing to do?
It's not, and you know that. No.
There's no such thing as innocent. There's no right thing to do. Only what's best for us. There's the
Oh, no.
the Faunus, and there's the others who stand by and let the hate happen. But you know what snuffs out hate? Fear.
No, that's Adam talking.
Hurting people. But I'll tell you this. It's gotten us results.
No. It's not the...
It's gotten you.
It's not the results you want. Yeah, it's gotten you putting a weapon to your friend's
We
throat.
all have to make sacrifices for the greater good. No matter
To
how
what
much it hurts. And you think killing me is really for the greater good?
Oh, they're not gonna kill you.
But getting rid of your family is.
No! Don't.
I won't.
Please. Please.
That's why you're being sent to Mistral. To Adam.
No.
Please.
No. Don't do this. It isn't.
It is.
It doesn't have to be. No.
I guess back then you were just too busy falling for Adam to notice.
Ouch. Please
I was
don't do
jealous
this.
of the way you looked at him.
Oh.
Look at me that way.
Oh.
But we can't always get what we want.
So
With me.
this is kind of about spite for her too, isn't it? Did they already kill her family, or are they about to?
No! What?
Ah! Yes! Yes! Of course he's there and he's got her back. Of course. Heck yeah. Yeah.
You okay?
Oh, she told him.
You heard Ilya. My family's in danger. Call the police.
Go.
Let's go.
Go. Let's go. She told him. She didn't try to bear the weight of it on her own. She tagged him in. I love it. Oh, God. Please, no, not if... No, please. No. 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 Okay. The mom's still alive. They're there, but the mom's still alive. No. Oh, and he's shot. Oh, no, 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 no. Come on. Come on. Yes. Gira! Please be okay. I feel like Gira can take care of himself. I'm just worried. Like, there's a lot of people here. One wrong move.
Go find my wife.
Yeah. Of course he's more concerned. Oh. You could tell, like, Oh, it really hurts him to lose people, you know?
I believe it's time our dear chieftain stepped down, brother.
Yes, brother. I'm afraid I'm inclined to agree.
Oh, I think you got him a little too angry, and here comes the pain. Oh! Ah! Oh, he's growling at you! Oh, you dead! You dead! Oh, I can't believe I was worried. Can't believe I was worried. He's got this. He's got this. Oh, wow. That was an intense scene between Ilya and Blake, you guys. Did not realize her feelings for Blake. So in a way, this is kind of about spite for her as well. You know, I don't think she's the same as Adam. I don't think she has that in her, but she is. I feel like those words are Adam's, you know, like I feel like she's fully indoctrinated. Oh man. I so want to binge watch all of it now. Hang on, let me make sure it doesn't start playing, because sometimes it likes to automatically play when I don't want it to, even though I do want it to, because I really want to see what's going to happen next. All right, you guys. Oh my God, that was amazing. We need to talk about so many things about that because, okay, for one, I love the scene between Yang and Weiss. And correct me if I'm wrong, but we don't have a lot of like one-on-one time with them prior to this. She even said, like, I know we're not like super close, but hey, I'm here for you. So like, they never really, we didn't see them like on screen connect. She did support Yang. We did see it, like there was that, it wasn't something they dwelled on a lot, but it was there that she was supportive of Yang after what happened at the tournament when she was like framed and everything. But they've never like had a moment together, and I love their moment together. And it makes sense that we, the audience, know when Yang's coming in, like, you had all this like money and family and recitals and stuff. It's like, no, it's not like that at all. But they, Yang in particular, since they hadn't really gotten too close, wouldn't really be aware of that. And to, oh my Lord, to hear Weiss talk about the fight on her birthday, and that's when she just started seeing less and less of her mother and just kind of lost her mother to, it sounds like, you know, just kind of alcoholism and just family dysfunction. And in a way, she has kind of lost her mom too, the way that Yang did. They're still out there, but they're not mothers to them. You know what I mean? And I love this found family that we have with Team RWBY. I love that what they've built is stronger than their past, than their family dysfunctions, than their hurt of whatever kind that's happened to them. And oh my God, I was just sitting there thinking like, Weiss, you are so wise, you know? It just took me aback a little bit because we've seen Weiss grow a lot, but here she is thinking from others' perspectives and just, I mean, if you told me this at the beginning of the show, I knew they were going to take her and make her into something way more than what she seemed on the surface. But I really just didn't even have any concept of how profoundly just introspective and wise that she would become. And it's very true that, you know, Blake worked so hard to break down those walls, and the second she did, look what happens. The one of the people she cares about, if you ship the two of them, the person she loves is hurt, and it's her fault in her mind. And what I hear Yang saying is a lot of like, but I needed her. How am I supposed to help her when she's not here? You know, and it's true. All of that is true. However, that's all how Yang feels. When you stop and look at it from how Blake feels, you can see how she probably felt like she couldn't even show her face to Yang. Yang doesn't feel that way, but Blake felt that way. Let's talk about Blake a little bit more, because it wasn't a big thing. Whoops, I'm sorry. I'm almost knocking over my camera. It wasn't a big, huge thing, but I'm just so proud of her. It's just the little things that show the great development that she's had, because when she sees that note, she's like, yeah, I gotta go take care of something. You're like, okay, well, she's gonna go sneak off in the night, get kidnapped, etc., etc. And no, she tags him in. She tells him. She doesn't push him away. She doesn't, she depends on her friend, and they succeed. So even though that worst case scenario happened, that doesn't mean that every time you rely on your friends, every time you let somebody in, that's going to happen. It was an awful thing that happened with Yang during the fall of Beacon and everything. But that doesn't mean you should never let anyone in ever again. And I'm so glad she learned that lesson. I've been terrified for her parents for like a few episodes now. And, was so glad to see, even though they're losing a lot of people, and you can tell it really saddens Gira, like he really does care about his people and everything. This is not just which group is going to have the most power. He genuinely cares about the people around him, and that was his platform. However, that's not quite as enticing and doesn't rally the people up quite as much as what Adam is doing, which is sad. But man, I was real worried about them, and then I gotta be honest, I took a look at Gira, like, in attack mode, and I'm like, nah, you got it. Unless it's just like, you know how sometimes in anime they'll do it where like, yeah, they're gonna come out fighting and it's gonna be so great, and then they like get stabbed in the back. Like, they just gave you that moment, just like, they're gonna have a great moment and then they're gonna get cut down. I really hope I'm wrong, but we'll see. We'll see, guys. I think it's going to be nonstop action from here on out. I loved these episodes. I just absolutely love this show. This show can make me laugh, make me cry, make me think. It just always keeps me guessing, and there's just always something great in here. Like I was saying earlier, no detail is unimportant on this show, and I absolutely love it. I love the way it makes me feel. I love the characters. I love how far we've come. So on that note, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up, because I will ramble about how much I love RWBY for hours, and you don't need to see that. You tune in for my next reaction and watch me react. You don't need to see me talking for 3 hours about how RWBY has changed my life, although it has. All right, you guys, loved it. I hope you enjoyed watching along with me. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. Please be sure to join me next time, and we will watch it together. Bye for now, guys.